All right, guys, air conditioning and life. Look, if you haven't watched this channel before, welcome to this channel. I believe you'll get something from it if that's your desire, right? So the call we're going on right now is a water leak. So apparently it started to leak into the kitchen. So let's go out there and see if we can figure out what is happening. Okay, because a water leak is a big thing. And remember, some of these air handlers right now in central Arkansas can put out about 5 gallons of water a day. And if it's not going somewhere, it's not good, right? So let's check it out. Let's see what's up. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see, we've got a water issue. So I've already looked at the damage in the kitchen. She's been dumping water out with a pan and taking it downstairs since last night. And she put a fan in here. I'm telling you, sometimes customers are just so awesome. Or homeowners, not just customers, but they become family. So here, I just wanted to take a look at this other unit here. So we installed this unit actually last year, and it looks like it's doing good, holding on good. No water. I'm looking for water in the pan. No, it's doing good. Okay. That was a 2-stage communicating, I believe, system. All right, so you can see here, we've got water and the emergency pan. You should never have water in the emergency pan, never. So let's just see what's happening. So I'd like to look at the drain. So we've got our emergency outlet, our secondary outlet, on a pan that is inside the unit itself. And so that will drip out probably. Then we have our primary. Goes into a steep trap. Look at that. Man, that is a deep, deep trap. But more than likely, clogged. So I just want to take this off here. And what I'll do is I'll fill this guy up here and watch it. You can just kind of get a little water here. Let's just do that right now. Not backing up yet. Sometimes I'll do that. When I first come to a water call, I like to turn the unit on and have it running right off the bat. And I want to look at the pan. So there's our outlet right there. There's our outlet. And I also would like to find out at what point or where the water is going down into the kitchen. Good question. I'll probably get a level on that. It's got a float switch. but as you can see here, the pan has a seam and it's cracked all the way down. Looks like they caulked it about halfway. So if water got up a certain level, that would leak out. It looks like, if you look here, there's no water. That's where the float switch is. But if you look here, this side of the pan, we've got water. Seam is sealed. So this, for sure, needs to move over here. Right off the bat. So it's deeper. It's definitely deeper. This is dry here. Where your outlet is, it's dry. It's definitely deeper down that way towards this end right here. So putting a level will help. It'll make a huge difference. So let me just find out what's happening here and I'll come back. So this back corner here, if you can see it, I want to move that float switch right there, but also I want to silicone that corner. So the float switch is not in the right spot. We need to take off this other panel. so that way we can look at that pan just a little better and see if there's something off, okay? And then I gotta go back down and get my level. I also like to feel in the insulation inside the unit to see if water's been going in there. Definitely got a lot of water in there. And at the same time, we're going to dump some water in the pan, so we can watch it flow. I like to put the panel back on but reverse it, so that way the air handler will be under its negative pressure, so you can watch it drain with the negative pressure. Seems to be draining pretty good. Seems to be draining pretty good. I'm gonna go get a level and let's go take a look where I blew out the drain and see if anything came out. All right, let's take a look here. This outlet, we found the outlet on the side of the house. So here we are. Here's the outlet. So I'm just going to be looking for, there's the drain, for anything that would have been clogging, causing a clog. Anything obvious. You see a lot of these things here. It's like a, I don't know if you can see that there. It's like a, it's what gets through the filter and creates like a little bit of a concrete. We've got a lot of those little pieces here. See there? That's what we shot out of there, right there. So that can be a problem right there for your drainage. I felt a little bit of back pressure when I blew it. So that could be it right there. Yep. It's 5,000 degrees. can see, for us to be level, we would have to raise the front of the unit about a 1/2 inch. So we need to shimmy this side. Maybe I can lift this thing up, this unit up, and put something underneath the very bottom of that wood. Right there. Because what can happen is, on days like where there's a ton of humidity, like right now in central Arkansas, you can have so much water being removed from the house that it starts to fill up. If there's a little bit of a clog here, it'll fill up this guy right here and overfull. And go into this pan right here. And then, if the platform's not level, it'll overfill and cut off if the float switch is not in the right spot. A lot better. That's within margin of error. I just grabbed what I had, right? Metal. Piece of metal. Shoved it underneath the 2x4, which goes all the way across. That metal will last for a long time. The only other way to fix this issue is really to redo the platform or hang the unit from up here. But yeah, you see that? You see that ball? Or the bubble, sorry. It's on that side. It's on that side. So if we lift it up, this way, the bubble's centered. So the platform itself is uneven. And you can see the discolorization on the plywood. You see that? That's because the water was probably coming out right here in that emergency pan. Emergency pan should never have water unless there's a problem, right? So I'm gonna watch this for a couple more minutes, but I think we've got it. So I'm cutting a hole in this metal return. There's water on the bottom of this return, but I don't see it sitting inside. Looks like it's had water before, but it could have been from the old unit. This unit's 2 years old. Oh yeah, there was water in there. Looks dry from the top, the insulation, but there was water in there for sure. I'm gonna do it a little bit more, then we'll close this thing up. So the drainage comes out. It came out, looks like over this edge, and probably rolled down. You see the discolorization on the wood? You can always use that as your marker. And then as you pull away the insulation, if you can tell it, but see how it's rippled? The top of that sheetrock, that's where the water was coming down, probably off of here down into the ceiling where I showed on the video underneath. Makes total sense. Here's the register grill about 3 feet over. Yeah, so hopefully what we did today is going to be enough to keep it from doing what it's doing. All right, guys, so there it is. That was it. 2 different issues, I believe, contributed to this problem. It could have been 3. And those things are, the filter was just changed. So a dirty filter on an air handler, not a gas furnace, an air handler can actually cause a negative pressure and prevent that water from draining. Okay, so that can happen. She changed the filter 3 weeks ago. Okay, could that have been, I don't know. Could have had water for a while. Number 2, there was junk in that drain line, as you saw. That's a couple of years of buildup. Whatever gets through that filter is clogging that thing. It's what's in the air. It's dander. It's dust and calcium and all that. It builds up in the pipe and eventually will clog it. Okay, so we cleared that out. The other thing was the slope was off. Do you remember that? So I put the level on it. The slope was tilted towards the back end, and it looked like that return had water before. And so we vacuumed that out, and then I re-sloped it to get that bubble right on that thing. So I think the combination of all that, clearing a drain line, all that, did it. I watched it for about 20 minutes afterwards. I talked with the homeowner for a little while longer, went back up to check it, and it looks good. So I think that's problem solved. Anyways, if you like the content, like and subscribe, check it out. And you never know what's gonna happen next, right, with this thing. And yeah, be blessed. And remember, things aren't always what they seem. Just remember that in life. So take some things with a grain of salt. Keep looking forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And if you do that right there, you're right, because you're in alignment with God. I'm telling you, it's the right way to be with your heart. Have a good day. See you next week.